before going into the dynamics of Richard Wright and his journey is to say that the urban imaginary will be completely defined in the course of the talk. And it's sort of a combination of Lacan and other things that I'll talk about during the course of the presentation. It's about an ego ideal and mirror stage and other things, as some of you know, and we'll try to work it. As Randy says on American Idol, we're going to work it out, okay? In scarcely more than a half century, Richard Wright transformed himself from an abject black boy born in Hardtime, Mississippi, into a prolific, energetically mobile, and cosmopolitan intellectual. In White Man Listen, Wright declares, quote, "I'm a rootless man, but I'm neither psychologically distraught nor in any way particularly disturbed about it. I like and even cherish the state of abandonment, of aloneness. It does not bother me. Indeed, to me it seems the natural, inevitable condition of man."
Hi, I'm Carissa, and this is Rebecca and Emma. We love to explore this beautiful area that we live in, and one of our favorite ways to do that is by discovering new local foods and meeting the families that grow and prepare them. It's July, the height of growing season in the Finger Lakes. Time to rediscover new favorites from other years and try exciting new foods. When it comes to eating, parents and kids often have different priorities. Parents care about good nutrition, and often our focus is on keeping the grocery bill low and creating quick, simple meals that fit into our busy schedules.
Kids, you almost always like fruits that taste good and stuff like that.
That's okay. Go ahead.
They usually don't like things that look weird or boring. They like apples and stuff like that.
Okay. Today we're going to discover Swiss chard.
During there was this young man during his senior year of high school that he was going through some tremendous emotional problems. And he wasn't quite comprehending. I mean, high school itself is a tough enough place to be at that time. But he was going through a lot of different changes, a lot of turmoil, and things were just like careening all over for him. He had friends. He had a loving family. He was involved in activities. He was a very good student. But the pressures were mounting and mounting and mounting, and eventually, as all things will, I mean, it's, you know, when you put a lid on a boiling pot, it's eventually going to boil over, and it did for him. It boiled over, of all places. It had to happen during the school day. He had an emotional explosion. It was not a pretty sight. People, I mean, in his school, teachers were locking their doors. Students were running down the hall to get away from this, lunatic who was screaming at the top of his lungs in agony and despair.
We decided to propose a series of 10 Palm of the Hand memoir writing workshops. The Palm of the Hand method is one I developed over 5 years ago. I have presented the Palm of the Hand method to hundreds of writers and saw how effective it was in enabling people to actually write about their life experience as opposed to just thinking about doing so. The Linden Center gratefully accepted our proposal, and we held the first workshop in April of this year. One never knows when setting up a series of workshops what the response will be. How many people will turn out? Will they want to continue? The scores of previous workshops had always been successful, but each new workshop starts with a question mark. A few people turned out for the first one. Then, as we continued with mostly every other week workshops, the numbers and commitment of the participants increased, and the group became a vital and vibrant entity.
PEGASYS from Toronto, and you're watching Panorama on ICTV.
Another link in the chain, getting rusty, breaking down in the corner with a smile. It's another case of finding your place, another number showing what it's made of. The sun sweeps the shadows from a concrete morning corpse, and it's another day. From the streets and emotions, the walls have views, and they're never gonna go away. Nothing's where we're gonna land. Super funny in the gutter. We will make our stand. A smile on my face and a bottle in my head. You'll find me in the gutter in the morning.
Starting to get serious. The way I feel about us. My baby gives me what I need. They're starting to get curious. Like, what's the deal with us? Just know that I am happy. I know now, that's what makes me happy. I know now, that's what makes me happy. Yeah.
I'm just grooving, 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 grooving. I'm just grooving, 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 grooving. Like a breeze. Country road, take me home to that place I love.
To bring the rest of us up to speed, what were hodads?
What were the hodads?
Yeah, who were the...
A hodad is a tree planting tool. It comes from the Swedish word hodag, and it got changed to hodad. And I was in a cooperative. We called ourselves the hodads. We were a worker-owned business. They finally went out of business in 1995. I worked with them from 1974 to 1986. At one time, we were the largest worker-owned business in the country. We employed hundreds of people. We made about $3 million a year. We were one of the largest employers around Eugene, Oregon. I worked with them for 12 years. When I left, there had been 1,600 people who had worked with us. There was only 5 other people who had been around as long as me. So I came into my adulthood. I joined you just after I turned 20 and left when I was 32. They were the best years of my life, I think. And I planted 300,000 trees.
Welcome to tonight's episode of The Screening Room. I'm your host, Krista Petruzzi.
With me, David Reynolds, as her co-host, and this is our Halloween-themed episode, so I dressed up like a madman.
I dressed up as just Captain Awesome.
Looks good. Let's get started with our first movie, Astro Boy.
The world's top scientist.
Astro Boy is an adaptation of a Japanese TV series about a scientist who rebuilds his son as a robot. As a robot, his son can now fly, fight, shoot lasers, revive other robots, and also shoot bullets out of his butt. Well, leave it to the Japanese to make the most oddball film in a week that includes 2 horror movies.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Ouch! I'm Cora. Call me Astro. Hey, I think I found something.
It's just junk.
It's been dead for at least a century.
The kid has hidden talents.
Now that they're driving us so
Welcome to Review, the show that discusses all the latest hot topics, and we're going to start off today with an interesting one from Japan. This past week, a teen, Niroko Calderon, had to make a really difficult choice. She either had to choose her parents or stay in her homeland of Japan. Her parents came from the Philippines illegally in the 90s, and just now the government has finally caught up to her, and they're deported. But since she's born in Japan, she can legally stay there. So she was given the option, and she's only 13 years old.
13. At 13, you can make that decision? They must not have minority or juvenile rules there, right?
I mean, that's the problem, because they were like, well, she's a legal citizen, so she has to stay in here.
Well, I think that puts a lot of responsibility on a 13-year-old. I mean, what are the possibilities if her parents left and she decided to stay in Japan? What are the possibilities for her?
Well, right now she is staying with their aunt. She's not on her own. But one of the biggest things is she doesn't know how to speak,
Anything
Filipino.
else.
She knows Japanese culture. That's
it.
her whole life, because she wasn't born there at all. So she would have a real hard time, and her parents wanted her to have a better life in Japan because
students who took over the Strait, they were from somewhere else, and this was a little worrisome. This was hard to take.
All that stuff was going on. So these kids had taken over Willis Strait. As I found out later on, the bullets didn't even fit in the guns. I mean, they were making all the stupid mistakes that people make. And I knew them personally. And I understood their frustration.
We were very much relieved. There, of course, was the infamous parade across campus with that some of our guys were leading this parade, and then students with shotguns and rifles and walking behind them. And there were all sorts of threats made, and I mean, you remember the whole business with the DU fraternity guys that try to retake the strait and all of that, and that caused an awful lot of hard feelings. And some of the rhetoric that was bannered about was pretty tough. I can remember we had to do drive-bys and watches of several different professors' homes because of threats that had been made.
Yesterday, suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me.
It's tough to celebrate unemployment. I remain stubbornly optimistic in the face of financial disaster. Welcome to you and you, and me too. Let's get a job.
Hi, this is a really upbeat meeting today. We have a member, Robert, who's going on an interview in 2 days. We're all really rooting for him that this is going to work out. We just found out that several of our group members took the exam for the census and did very well, and that's really exciting. And guess what? We found a typo in my resume. Maybe not as exciting, but always a good thing to know. So, the next step is we're going to Syracuse.
I need somebody help, not just anybody.
Welcome back to Panorama. If you're just tuning in now, you missed a closer look on underwater pumpkin carving.
But don't worry, if you missed any of the show, you can view it on demand on ictv.org.
Panorama took a closer look at the Ithaca Beer Company as we visited the brewery. They are located right here in Ithaca and are not far distance from the campus.
Those under 21, don't fret, because Ithaca Beer also makes root beer and ginger beer. Here's a look behind the process. Ithaca Beer Company is a sustainable and privately owned business located on Route 13 in Ithaca. Known for its home-brewed beer, it has been around since 1997. The tasting room of Ithaca Beer offers a variety of beer that is sure to meet your interest. If you prefer beer from the tap, the bar located in the tasting room has some of their more popular flavors. The tasting room also provides kits to make your own beer, as well as many souvenirs to take home. The thing that makes Ithaca Beer so sustainable is that all their brewing is done right in Ithaca, just behind the tasting room.
Student is in the hospital tonight after being stabbed.
And there's a snag in the cleanup of the Ithaca gun factory. Newswatch 16 is next.
Covering Ithaca and all of Tompkins County. Live on ICTV, Newswatch 16 Tuesday starts right now.
Ithaca College students living in Emerson Hall got a rude awakening early Monday morning as fire trucks surrounded the building. Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 16. I'm Matt Wright.
And I'm Kirsten Quinn. That story is first on 16 Tonight. Sunday night was just the latest of what authorities say are at least 7 incidences of arson at the college since September. Presently, Ithaca College public safety officers are out on full force to catch the perpetrator. Newswatch 16's Chrissy Lum sat down with key members of the investigation to find out more.
At 3 a.m. on Monday night, Emerson Hall residents were forced to evacuate their dorm due to a fire occurring near the building. This is not the first time they have seen an event like this. 2 fires near Emerson occurred in September, and at least 4 more occurred near the lower quad. Because these fires have been occurring so frequently,
It is fall in Ithaca, New York, and this quiet field is normally serenaded by insects and birds as the corn ripens for harvest. But something has changed this year. A corn maze has been cut into this 40-acre field. While the birds and insects are still here, they are now accompanied by strange musical sounds. This is because local residents have created a new type of corn maze called a sound maze, where musical instruments are hidden throughout the field, and visitors discovering the instruments can play them as expertly or non-expertly as they wish. However, this being Ithaca, these are not the instruments you'd recognize from high school band. Families traversing the maze will find such oddly named contraptions as the Going Going Gong, the Harrophone, the Implement Instrument, the Giant Mesorelomer,
We don't have the money to advertise on TV. We barely have money to print flyers. We're a really grassroots campaign, and what's more grassroots than the subway?
New York. Greetings, everyone. I'm Reverend Billy Talon. I'm running for mayor of New York City. You'll see my name, Billy Talon, next to the Green Party. We're on the M train today. It's all about neighborhoods. Mike Bloomberg is invading and killing and bulldozing our neighborhoods. Let's start spreading the wealth, children. Amen. This is the democracy. The Democracy Gospel Choir. You have to go in with a sense of humor. You have to be nice to everybody and in an effort to invite graciousness in return. Okay? We don't have to vote for Mike.
I'm not a big Bloomberg fan, but I don't know this man either, I don't know what he's gonna do.
He's just a character, man. I love the good reverend.
Of Enfield Creek as useless land that couldn't be farmed or developed. Some people, however, like Benjamin Ferris and Isaac Rumsey, saw the water power of the creek and its tributaries as ideal for the construction of their mills. With the creation of these industries, Enfield Falls was born, and for the better part of the 19th century, it continued as a service hamlet for the local farmers. Businesses like a blacksmith shop, tannery, and general store joined the gristmill and sawmill to form the core of this active community. The community of Enfield Falls had one service that made it very different from other typical service hamlets, however. It had the Enfield Falls Hotel. The hotel was operated by the Wickham family for 40 years in the middle of the 19th century. They took advantage of the scenic beauty of the valley and gorge to attract early eco-tourists to the hamlet. The owners of the Enfield Falls Hotel began building trails and bridges through the gorge to Lucifer Falls in order to provide more dramatic experiences for their visitors. The hotel and the other industries in the hamlet thrived until the advent of the 20th century, when many of the advantages of the hamlet's location were countered by modern technology.
No matter where we go, we cannot entirely escape this barrage of suggestion that influences our minds. No matter where we go, we cannot entirely escape this barrage of suggestion that influences our minds. No matter where we go, we cannot entirely escape this barrage of suggestion that influences our minds. No matter where we go, we cannot entirely escape this barrage of suggestion that influences our minds. There is a general belief that suggestion is only likely to act on weak-willed people. There is a general belief that suggestion is only likely to act on weak-willed people. There is a general belief that suggestion is only likely.
There is absolutely no way that I'm walking up the rest of this hill.
No way. Look.
Kyle.
Kyle, just let us out on the next corner. We'll walk from there.
No, it's fine. I don't mind.
Listen, Kyle, you don't have to drive us if you don't want to. But if you do, you'd be awesome and forever be the man, so...
No, really, it's not a problem. Canyon Drive's on my way.
Well, in that case, I'm glad I'm sitting next to the only gentleman in the car.
Oh, ouch. Wait, what? I'm not a gentleman?
You're an idiot.
What? You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. You down? I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I love Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I'm so happy.
Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Come on in and have a beer.
Adrian Pratt, a 21-year-old junior at the local state college. If Ferris Bueller ever made it to college, this would be him. He is the guy every man wants to be and every girl wants to be with.
Come on. Come on inside.
Welcome to Discovery Paranormal. This investigation brings us to Canandaigua, New York, where John Dillinger was known to have hid out. John Dillinger was a gangster in the early 1900s, a bank robber, and an all-around criminal. He had a massive gun collection, and he had a massive lust for robbing and stealing. John Dillinger was eventually caught and killed, but the ghosts were left behind. Communicate with us? Yes. Where do you want to take us? Take us to your favorite place.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
In this investigation, there's a family that lives in the house. We wanted them to live their lives as normal during the investigation. Pointing towards Ruth.
That's where they're pointing. They're pointing over there. Are they pointing toward the TV?
You guys like to watch TV? No?
That's weird. I'm just going. That's exactly where they are.
My partner works nights and I work days, so we see very little of each other except on the weekends. Yeah, I guess I can be part of it. Okay. All right. So that should give you a clue what's going to be on this week's show, because we haven't done advice in a while. I tell people what they should be, what they should know, what they should do, and you know, what was it? I was telling you the other day that apparently I have this look about me that people think that I don't know where I'm going. And I get that feeling because quite often people keep telling me where to go and how to get there. So I guess, you know, I just have that look about me. Damn, I could be adorable if I wanted to be, but you know, we're going to do advice. Again, if you just tuned in, it is that damn gay show. It is that damn gay guy coming at you.
I'd like to give you a sibling act, performing a tune called Sister Rosetta Goes Before Us. Jimbo and Jive.
Strange things are happening every day. I hear the music up above my head. Though the sight of my heart has left me again, I hear music up above. Secrets are written in the sky. Looks like I've lost the love I've never found.
Come celebrate spring with the History Center's 3 new History of Aviation exhibits. From March 21st to April 25th, we are showing Fly Now, a Smithsonian exhibit of international aviation posters from the early days of ballooning to the dawn of commercial aviation. Next, from April 11th to May 23rd, we'll celebrate the centennial of flight with Heroes of the Sky, Adventures in Early Flight, which traces the first 40 years of aviation through the stories of flyers, businessmen, and inventors. Finally, from March 21st to May 23rd, the History Center examines our rich local aviation history with Early Birds, the birth of aviation in Tompkins County. We'll focus on the local Thomas Morris Aircraft Corporation and highlight the planes and the people, as well as the triumphs and setbacks of early flight in Tompkins County. So please visit the History Center at 401 East State Street, just 1 block from the Ithaca Commons. We're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and online at www.thehistorycenter.net.
Hello, I'm Paul Maniszewski.
And I'm Alejandro Bernard Papacrisantu.
And we are Jazz and Poetry. We just want to explain to you what our thoughts were for this project at New Roots Charter School. As an English teacher, I was interested in finding students who are interested in writing poetry. And Alejandro?
I was interested in students who wanted to play jazz.
So we thought, why not combine them for a little slice of an experience of collaborating with students who are writing poetry with students who are creating jazz. So the students each generated a short piece of writing, and from that they selected a particular phrase or line that they liked.